Ta-da!
Oh my
Like
god.
magic,
We're
we're
back.
here. It's, it's almost like we haven't left since last
Sometimes
week.
it feels like that. Sometimes I feel like I just spent my whole life here.
Yeah, same. Clearly a hat has appeared. A hat and a highly political shirt. Say
Oh,
political. It's a jokey political shirt from a couple of what's it called? These like sketch comedians, internet sketch comedians, UK based, called the Exploding Heads, and basically this is very wordy,
I
but
can see
it's
that.
it's it's just a joke about everyone who could be part of an anti-government coalition called the Anti-Growth Coalition. And the bit that gets it right at the bottom, if I can get it up there, it says the left-handed at the end. And
The left-handed.
hello,
Yo, what up?
yeah, we're so this is your two members of the Anti-Growth Coalition from across the pond. I am Ryan, and that is Duncan.
I don't recall signing any contracts. I don't want to. I don't want to be associated with any groups that I did not approve of.
Well, so apparently these days, you just you just are. You don't have to be part of things. Just like the Immaterial gamers. Apparently, you just are. Uh, these days, I tried. I tried to get others on. I tried the way I usually do. I just asked politely to see if anyone else was around, and after after not getting a response, and poor Duncan here, jumping in again. I need to fucking get you a cape sometimes. Maybe just
Yep, da-da-da.
just there. You're there chilling out. You're having the family dinner, and then suddenly you just hear, "Oh my god, it's the podcast alarm!"
Da, 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 da. Nah, we can't afford.
I
We'd never be able to afford John Williams.
no, no, no.
By the time we will
could
be able to
probably.
afford John Williams, he'll be no longer with us.
Yeah, I was about to say we can't afford a man called William Johnson. That'd be.
Ray William Johnson?
Oh, we can't
We
afford him
definitely
either.
can't. We definitely. Wait, might. I don't know. What's he up to these days? Is he busy?
Didn't he basically get your favorite Martian back after the whole Maker Studios shitstorm?
I don't know. I don't know, dude. I haven't kept up with Ray William Johnson since like 2008.
Oh,
I have no idea what that man even looks like now.
yeah. What is he doing? Did you know he's 41?
I mean, he'd have to be. I mean, if just assuming that you're a 20-odd-year-old man doing internet stuff in the
Yeah,
2000s, you'd have to be by this point.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That's fair. No. What is it, man? 30th of April 2022, he did a short on YouTube just saying I'm leaving.
Yeah. Well,
So
shame.
let's have a quick
Well,
look
maybe
at
we
this.
can afford him. Unless he's gone on to do something more valuable than oh hell, I'm sure he's a millionaire at this point. He's retiring at this point.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
was
is
he
it?
was in on he was back in on the days when like, you know, you know, way back in the day when like 23,000 subscribers and like, like 50,000 weekly viewers was enough money, was enough eyes to like make a full-time living on YouTube.
Mm,
And back in those days, he had like 100 times those figures. So like you got to figure he was doing pretty well for himself for that brief period of time where that was a thing.
yeah. He's still around. He's still around. He's just moved stuff over. He just looks like he's tuck into the shorts market, which no, I can't. I mean, maybe we've got to cover for the whole idea of attention spans and stuff like that, but the whole shorts market, the whole deciding everyone needs to be a TikTok, doesn't I don't get it. Maybe I'm old. Maybe this is old man, not him again. It's just
Well, it is. I mean, it really boils down to just this like it's this really weird like I always like to refer to these kinds of business models as like the Jenga model of
Mm,
like, instead of creating new things and like generating new resources, we're just going to rearrange resources that already exist in new configurations to make them look bigger and better.
mm,
When in reality, we're just kind of gutting our own foundation. And what I mean by that is essentially because we realize it's like, well, we've pretty much hit peak viewership like across humanity at this point. Pretty much every continent has internet, at least, and all the places that are going to have internet within the next 20 years have it. It's
mm,
not much is going to change,
yeah,
and our populations are stagnating, so like we're not getting a whole lot of new humans on the internet. So, and now that
no,
we've pretty much hit that like that peak of like viewership, the only way we can increase our numbers and make them look better is to make shorter videos and make people watch more videos. That way,
mm,
instead of saying, "Oh, we got a million views on this video," we could say we got, oh, I don't know, a million views on these 10 videos, or 10 million views on this one video,
yeah,
because it's easier to watch it. And again, this is just the Jenga stack. It's just like it's the same number of humans watching the same amount of like volume of content. It's just spread
just
across different and rearranged to make it look bigger and better.
yeah,
Also, for like legal reasons, they can pay you less ad revenue for
mm,
small videos. So
yeah,
like you, instead of getting like you know uh you know 0.1% of your revenue in like money, or like a dollar per thousand or whatever. Now it's more like a dollar per like million or something like that on TikTok.
yeah,
You're really like boxing over like lunch money on TikTok
literally
and the
fighting
YouTube
over chicken
Shorts.
feed.
It's it's it is a trash payout system.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, we'll say I played some games. Duncan was, when we were discussing beforehand. It was just like I say, he jumped in on this literally last minute to make sure Ryan wasn't quite
Arguably
alone.
later than last minute because you were already trying to
Yeah,
you
I
were
was.
already looking for people like 15 minutes before I showed up.
Yeah.
I was
Uh,
just playing League by myself because I'm a loser.
nah, you know, people who play as teams on League are losers. Oh shit, we're fucked either way,
Don't
aren't
we
we?
don't we do that like once a week, every week,
Yeah.
as like a regular show
As
that
a,
we
as a,
stream live to two or three people
yeah. Well, it's to the internet, but only a few
through
people
the
come in and say.
internet. Theoretically, an infinite number of people could be watching our content. That's not true. Only about 8 billion could be
Average
watching.
three. I mean, that being said, I had at some point 56 unique people come in and watch my last episode of on my last stream of the Mage Seeker. So that was fun. Someone actually came in and congratulated me for fighting the final boss, which was fun. I enjoyed it. Yeah,
That's
hold on.
neat.
59 live views from 51 unique viewers. Hit a maximum of 9, and someone said well played to me as I got the final hit on the final boss. It was fun. I enjoyed that game. People complaining, doing the whole fallacy of gameplay hours, $1 an hour bollocks. Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that shit. Granted, people could be complaining that it was a $30 game for what I ended up doing, and that was through voicing. All the text lines ended up being 13 hours of gameplay, but it's got repeatability and stuff like that in regards to achievement collection shit. So
I
whatever,
mean,
don't care.
there's no correlation between like how much time you should spend in a game versus how much you spend on the game. The point is whether or not you consider it to be worth it.
Mm.
I will never argue against a game having more content. I
Mhm.
I genuinely like from a philosophical standpoint do not believe that there's any such thing as too much content in a game, because and the only reason I hold that belief is because developers, content creators are actively, not just passively, but like actively incentivized to not put more content into their
Mm.
things. The
Yeah.
less stuff they put in there, the faster the turnaround, the less amount of man hours they can commit to each project to make more money.
Mhm.
There is literally no reason for developers to put more things into their game. So when they do, it's
They will cut.
pretty much we should celebrate this. Like, obviously, if it's
Mm.
all a shitload of terrible content, we shouldn't celebrate that. But like, if
Mm.
it's all good stuff, absolutely
Yeah.
hail it in. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that short games don't have value or that they're less important or whatever. It's there's no strict correlation.
I mean, the other one, but then again, I always dismiss these ones these days as well. The other one was, oh, the art style of this is awful. The pixel art's shit. Blah blah blah. Why can't we have a photorealistic League of Legends game? It's like, are you kidding?
Is that a real argument people have?
Yeah.
That seems
Yeah.
that seems
Yeah.
that seems
Graphics correlates to quality is their argument. It's a fallacy. That's stupid. We've
I mean, well,
discussed
that
this.
is dumb. I just don't. I mean, I don't personally see people making that argument. I see people. I mean, I see lots of people like go like, "Oh my god, this game looks amazing.
Mm.
Therefore, it must be good." Like, I've seen that. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't see nearly as many people argue to the opposite of like, "Oh, this game looks not good, therefore it must be bad." You know, I feel like most people. I
Well,
don't know.
well,
Maybe I'm dancing in the wrong circles. I don't know.
they are few and far between. But right, think of it this way: the reason I did a final stream of Mage Seeker that lasted 4.5 hours on the Saturday morning while everyone was hungover at my house, which was brilliant. They woke me up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I streamed as loud as I could. They slept through it. But yeah, the reason I did it was because Convergence, the next League of Legends story, is due out soon, and Riot Forge are teasing by posting every day with 3 clocks on the side, because Convergence is going to star Echo and time manipulation, da 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 da. But someone's like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to Convergence, a game that's actually will have art of a high quality and will be worth the asking price." And I was like, "Sorry, what's wrong with the Mage Seeker? It looks awful. Have you played it? Or have you watched gameplay? Don't need to watch gameplay when it looks awful." It's like, oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, look, I thought it was fine. The price might be a little steep for people, but it was
you know
fine.
what?
And it's fine for me.
If a person is not willing to engage in a reason and logic based argument, there's no point in like attempting to suss them out. It's just like
Yeah.
your opinion is less than worthless if you can't even like come up with like an actual point. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I guess people value different things, but if
The major thing that you see,
art direction is like the only thing that makes or breaks your ability to play a game, then it's just like, what the fuck are you even like playing video games for?
yeah, at the bottom line, at the end of the day, the whole thing about the Riot Forge project is the whole point of it is that Riot go over to other indie developers, or they'll go to indie developers. Riot is not an indie company anymore; they're effectively they're AAA. That did make me laugh. I did feel.
I mean, they're owned by Tencent, so
Yeah.
they're like the like fucking nuclear polar opposite of
Yeah,
indie.
Yeah, they're owned by the Blob. But the what made me laugh is someone made this with no hint of irony or like no sense of awareness of what they said was, wow, why has no one made a AAA LOL game yet? And I was so tempted to turn around and say, what, you mean League of Legends? But yeah, the whole point of the Riot Forge project is to go to developers and have asked for a League of Legends story that is single player based on a character from the franchise that is developed in the game developers' style. So Ruined King, yeah, someone can just go, oh, it's just a reskin of Battle Chasers Night War. It's like, no, well, yes, but that was what Riot were looking for in the first place. They were looking for a game that was like Battle Chasers Night War, but set in the League of Legends universe. That's why Mage Seeker, they wanted to find something that looked like Moonlighter, but done in their style. It's why Convergence is going to look like Speed Brawl. Yes, I'll be playing that on the Not Yet Titled Monday stream tomorrow. There you go, join in the stream. Because that was my other thing on this, is that the whole idea of me playing these games before playing the League of Legends story is to get an idea of what the developer is and their style of gameplay in order to, effectively, I don't want to say compare and contrast, but yeah. So they're all stupid, but we were supposed to be going into other news. And the background of the week, by the way, is it's an anime gacha game. It's the next game from the people who made Genshin Impact.
Oh god, they made another one?
Yeah, part of their Honkai Impact series. This one's called Honkai Star Rail, and it's about people in space. And behind me is my character over there. That's right.
Boring, man.
His name is Tim again, which led
He
to
looks like his name is Tim.
yeah. Well, yeah, he's called Tim again. But what it led to, and I put it in the dev chat, it led to the image of one of the characters there, the weird pink-haired one called March 7th. The reason she's called March 7th is because that was the day she was thawed out of ice. She was trapped in ice in space, and someone
Like
found her.
The Yukon?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But yeah.
There once was a Frenchman. Yvonne was his name.
Oh no. Oh man. But yeah. The reason she's called that is because that's the date that she was thawed out, and she's an amnesiac and remembers little else. But
Yvonne is a way better name for that character, by the way. Just throwing it out there.
Just Yvonne.
It'd be like an ultimate stealth reference to some shit Canadian cartoon, and for the 6 people that care about that. But it's also just like Yvonne is just like a name, you know.
Yeah. But
oh.
but she's called there. But that I was waiting for someone to go, no. I want someone to go, no, Tim again. I've had Tim again. No. But no,
Tim again,
at least
not.
But at least I've got the whole idea of awesome. We get to work as a team again, Tim again.
Tim again.
So that happened
again.
Yeah, but no, I'm actually liking it. What put me off Genshin Impact was that, you know what? There are too many free-to-play action role-playing games. And I wanted a turn-based game, and that's what Honkai is.
What turned me off of Genshin is just like, it's just like it just made me realize how much I really hate like the MMO grind set. I just like, the whole like, you log in, you do your dailies, you gotta go to this region, kill this monster, collect 3 bear asses.
Yeah.
Come return them, turn in your quests, and get a little bit of experience or money or whatever. And it's like, by the time I've finished doing that, I've been playing the game for like an hour and an hour and a half, and I'm already bored, and I just want to fucking get off and play something else. And then I don't play it again until the next day, where my main objective is to do my 3 dailies, collect my 3 bear asses, turn them in for experience, and then get bored. And it's just like, I do that for like a week in a row, and I'm just like, I fucking hate playing this game. I don't actually enjoy doing any of the things I'm doing, because I'm doing the same damn thing every single goddamn day. And everyone looks like a Ruby extra. Nothing. I don't really care about any of these character designs or these people.
Then Honkai Star Rail is not for you.
It's just like, I would rather just be doing anything else.
No, you see, I was very tempted, and to be honest, it's a shame that I started this solo on there, because I realised that this is one of the few games on Twitch where you can enable drops, which, for those, we really should keep an eye on drops or streams that enable drops on there, because they can pull viewers in. Because, well, if anyone wants to get free shit in a video game, and all they have to do is turn a random stream on. That's the way. But maybe we should do it at some point. I'll have a look at what's on the drops.
Ryan, on a scale of 1 to banned, how illegal is showing pot on stream?
Probably illegal.
I could do it. I could do it. I could get us banned right now.
Don't. We'll go with a no.
That is the tip of the jar. You can't see it yet.
No,
Moderators,
we'll go
it's
with
not
no.
there. It's not on screen. I'm not actually showing it. It's just a jar.
Okay.
Just a lid, see?
Okay. Fair
If we
enough.
ever just want to like force quit our career, just be like, it's like, look, pot. Oh, I'm consuming it on stream.
Edibles.
It's I don't know what else to do with it, honestly. It's been on my shelf for like 8 months, and it's not mine. I
Did you
grew it.
did you not do anything 10 days ago?
No, I didn't. I didn't even do that. I'm
Wow.
so like I'm so like not into. I'll be honest. I don't even know how to roll a joint. I really don't. Every joint I've ever smoked has been handed to me by someone who actually knows how to roll joints,
Ah,
and lit for me by someone who knows how to operate a lighter, because I don't know how to operate a lighter either.
fair enough.
I'm like I'm incapable of consuming marijuana. I can grow it just fine. Oh fuck, give me the seeds, give me the tent. I'll go hog wild and grow all the damn pot you want. I
Oh,
just but I'm literally incapable of consuming it
immaterial gamers doesn't.
without help.
Oh man. So while we look at that, we absolutely do not condone the use. Look, as far as it's concerned, I don't care. Just as long as someone isn't fucking smoking it and blowing it into my face, that's fine. You do you, fam. It's just you know that's just how that is. But the Immaterial Gamers does not endorse the smoking. Who give blah 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 blah.
We don't.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about endorse. I don't actively encourage it. I'll just be
Yeah,
like, hey, you want to smoke it? Fuck, go ahead.
man, I'm surprised Steph
In
didn't
Canada,
go.
hey, in Canada, totally legal in Canada.
I'm surprised Steph didn't stream Warframe. He should have done.
Yeah.
You could enable drops. There is Honkai Star Rail drops. There's Genshin Impact drops for the next day. I don't play that. Who around does? Who around does and wants to stream it?
My sister plays a lot of Genshin Impact. She's Genshining it up.
Genshin. To be fair, I was almost expecting when I posted in the dev chat, am I anime correctly? I was expecting a response of no and a picture of Genshin Impact instead. But that might be me. Right, let's go talk about some news then. Because
Oh boy.
there's not much that's gone on in the news at all. Has there, Duncan, Wizards of the Coast? Oh my god.
Well, I mean, there's definitely things happening.
Oh boy.
It's like, it's weird. It's like it's a slow news week, but we got a couple,
It's a
I
slow
guess
but
noteworthy
significant news
points.
week. Yeah. Right. So this one's more.
Where shall we start, Captain?
Let's start with the Pinkertons. This is hurting.
Nobody expects the Pinkerton Inquisition.
No, unless you're living in
Certainly not
America.
people. Certainly not people fucking just innocently trying to stream their
Yeah.
company's product for funsies
Yeah.
and such.
Yeah. Dan Cannon, I believe, is the actual name. YouTube channel is Old
Is that his
School
legal name?
MTG.
That's a fucking amazing name, by the
Dan
way.
Cannon. Yeah.
Daniel Cannon is John Wick
In
Jr.
the
Jr.
Pinkertons.
The pink, yeah, we need like a Pinkerton something like some noun and some kind of situation, like the Pinkerton crisis, the Pinkerton case, the Pinkerton.
The Pinkerton kerfuffle.
No, that's too funny. That's
Ah,
you gotta be action man voice.
the Pinkertonocalypse.
The Pinkerton job.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, yeah. So from what I've heard now on multiple things, because the thing about this news is that it's spread everywhere. From Kotaku originally posting the from Kotaku posting the original story to then another member of Geo Media, Gizmodo, publishing an interview with Dan Cannon, to everywhere in the universe picking up this over the week, as more come out. So let's go for sort of Dan's original story here. Is that he bought what he thought was packs of the most recent set of Magic the Gathering, March of the Machine, or
Yarr.
MOM, as the short code is.
Mom.
Mom. um, sometimes, when you see short codes for Magic, some are just. But yeah, Mom. He thought he bought that. What he actually bought was cards from an unreleased set of Magic the Gathering called Mom Aftermath, or Mom the Aftermath, which is not due out yet. As of this podcast, it's not due out for another 2 weeks.
Indeed.
So he does card openings and pack openings, and like every other bloody YouTuber in the Magic sphere does. It's the thing. But he opened them. At that point, he realised they were Aftermath, but he opened them. He thought they were just there. I mean, he bought them from the shop. That's how that works. There we go. I bought them from the store. Here are my cards. What he didn't expect was later on down the line for a pair of Pinkerton security agents, private eyes.
Private investigator. Technically, I guess they're classified as.
Yeah, to try to bust the door down to his house. In essence, they pulled a bailiff sort of idea of just like, letting you open the door and then putting their foot in the door to stop you from shutting it, and then apparently thinking that just means they're just allowed to walk in. And they tried to raid him. They wanted him to, basically get they wanted the cards back initially, as they were claimed to be stolen goods.
Which is just legally not true. I don't
Yeah.
care what Wizards of the Coast fucking how they spin it, or how
Well,
what their logistical fuck ups are. It's just there's
he
no
purchased.
theft involved here.
Yeah, he purchased them. He got them. Let's even go down to the fact that it was the LGS, his game store, that had misacquired them or whatever, stolen. He's the sort of the end user of this product, and maybe
Sure.
Pinkerton would go towards the game store, and even
far
then they'd have
far and away the least guilty person in this entire chain of mistakes that led to him having those cards.
correct. And then it came to the point that it was his wife that answered the door. They sent out their threats, tried to bust their way in. He states he went out the door, shut the door, basically told him, in our terms, let's paraphrase here, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And, diffused the situation, because apparently they were a lot more civil after he did that. I don't think there was anyone. Let's go on it. I'd be hard pressed to find anyone on the side of Wizards at this point.
Yeah. So allow me to do just a quick, a little improv of how you handle the situation as a Wizards of the Coast executive.
Mm-hmm.
You find out that a big YouTuber has accidentally gotten a hold of a product that they're not supposed to have yet,
Mm-hmm.
and they're showing it off, and it's a whole big thing. You're like, oh, that's incredibly embarrassing. We weren't supposed to reveal this yet. Oh, this might affect our bottom line or whatever.
Yeah.
You need to get on hold of this. It's like, so you reach out to the person because obviously you know who this person is because they're popular and it's the video's blowing up, and you go, hey Dan, I'm Wizard Executive number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm Mark Rosewater's intern.
We appreciate your enthusiasm and dedication as a fan of our product, and we're happy to continue to encourage you to do these box opening or card unboxings. However, it's come to our attention that the set that you were showing off was actually is actually part of an unreleased yet set that it was not supposed to be out until about a month later.
Yeah.
We're not yet sure how it ended up being sold to you. but we are currently performing an internal investigation to find the root cause.
Hmm.
That being said, you know, we would we would like to strongly encourage you to not continue to show off these cards because it's like they're not released yet.
Hmm.
Um, in a best case scenario, we would like to repurchase those cards back from you at either shelf rate or even
So,
extra some extra compensation to pay you for your trouble.
hmm
Replace them with a current set, something like that. And but at the but if worst case scenario, we would at the very least ask you to withhold future unboxings until the release date.
yeah,
We're
until after May 12th or whatever they do. Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. Sorry for the inconvenience. Blah blah blah. With
Hmm.
Wizards of the Coast Executive 3. The
Yeah.
correct answer is not to immediately get on the line with a private security agency and send two fucking meathead refrigerator bodyguards to the dude's house to steal shit without establishing any form of rapport or system for compensation, because clearly this person is out of pocket for a mistake that's clearly not his fault.
Hmm.
So obviously you can't just steal his stuff
No.
that that you or someone that you sold to gave him.
Hmm.
You know, you can't just make this person be out of pocket without saying like, "Hey, by the way, we're gonna, we'll compensate you for your loss."
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
You
not
certainly
this is
don't
not how
just
we wanted to
go.
do it.
Yeah, you certainly don't just go. We're taking all this and be lucky that we are not arresting you for, or that we're not going to get you arrested for theft. It's like Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, come on now.
yeah, it's like, and it's really shitty too because it's not as though someone knocks at your door and says, "Hey, that product is not supposed to be released yet. You can't really have it." And you go, "Oh, well, I didn't know that when I bought it, so it's not really my fault." It's like, yeah, but because of all this, legally speaking, technically, you could face some serious problems for this if you don't give it back.
Mm,
You don't get faced with that and then keep holding onto the cards. Like, yeah, you're gonna feel like you're in a position to give the cards back, even if you're not, you know, even if you don't have like a clear idea of how you're going to be compensated for this, or that there's any kind of acknowledgement of a mistake
yeah.
on the producer's fault for this. You're probably gonna give the cards back because you don't want to get into shit over
Mm,
a couple $100 worth of toys,
mm-hmm.
you know but just because you can do that and because you can get away with doing that and achieve the intended or desired result as Wizards of the Coast, that doesn't mean that's the right or moral way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
you know like come on, dude. Like,
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Like we say at the end of this, there is like really apart from the Pinkertons themselves, no one is on the side here is on side. Because like you say, at the end of the day, this is the of the list of things. Let's go with the idea of your improv here, your sort of role play of Wizards of the Coast Executive 32. You come down to it, that should have been the thing. And I don't know, I mean, where the legal ideas, but another YouTuber was watching, a guy by the name of Sid Alford just came along on the idea. It was like part of the argument here was, well, he broke embargo by showing cards, blah blah blah. It's like, as a consumer, he's not restricted by an embargo. He's not a reviewer. He's not a wholesaler. He's not, you know, he's a guy who ended up accidentally getting the right cards, and
plus, when it comes to like legal stuff and like you know criminology and all that,
mm-hmm,
like intent is a big part of what makes the law work.
yeah,
Yeah, like you can accidentally do things illegally all the
mm-hmm,
time, happens, but like there's a substantial legal difference between, I don't know, bumping into somebody and causing them to fall over and hurt themselves versus shoving someone to the floor and hurting them. There's a substantive difference between those two scenarios, and this is no different. Like, it was an honest mistake. The person literally didn't even know what he was doing,
Yeah.
or that what he was doing was wrong. He had no idea that his product was, for lack of a better term, defective. Like, it's he was just doing what he does. He
Yeah.
didn't even know he had what was wrong until he got his door, knocked on by some random strangers.
Yeah.
And so this is the part where you reach out as a first party to the alleged offender, and like get a story straight. Like
Just
first,
diplomatically resolve it, man. It's just, it's
yeah,
just
it's just like, I try to at least establish, like, hey, are you like being a scumbag here, or are you just a random schmo? And if
yeah,
you're a
just
random schmo, then we could probably work this out without breaking any teeth here. But if you are an asshole, then fuck, whatever. Do what you got to do. I mean, again, let's save the Pinkerton people for like a last resort. But like, there's several steps you got to go through before you send in the cavalry.
yeah, absolutely. So it's just ridiculous, and just as we are at this point, Wizards have, as far as it went recently, I think with the Gizmodo article, it has been confirmed that Wizards have done this more than once, but Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro have refuted the events described by canon.
Well, of course you would. I mean,
Because let's be honest,
you're not gonna take that on the chin. Like, come on,
no,
you're not gonna be like immediately like, oh, of course we did that. But fucking don't steal
yeah,
our product, bitch.
yeah, two and you and your two Hasbro employees and senior executives who, in their LinkedIn profiles, worked for Pinkerton. Anyway,
It's like, yeah, of course we threatened an innocent man for doing nothing wrong. What did you think happened? Gonna fucking do something about it?
oh
Get off my
man,
property.
okay, get off my lawn. Oh yeah, don't harass other people's neighbors either. You're a private eye, not a cop. You know what?
And it's not like these people like I don't care who hired them. Like, it's not like these people like can legally do what they did.
Mm-hmm.
Legally speaking, Pinkerton has the authority to knock on this man's door and politely ask him to please give back the cards if he wouldn't be so kind. That is what they have the right to do. Anything beyond that is fucked. Anything beyond that is castle law, bitch. Good
Yeah.
luck. You're lucky you knocked on the door of a very nice person. That's what happened.
Yeah, this is how this should have really gone. Not. Hi, Mr. Cannon. Can we have your cards back, please? No. Okay.
It's like, are you gonna? It's like,
I don't know why. I don't know why I've acted like I'm a kid who's
like,
kicked a ball over a fence.
Can we have the cards back? It's like, are you gonna pay me back the $200 I spent on them? It's like, well, no, but click.
Yeah, charity starts at home. Blam. Right.
There you go.
Oh, right. Okay, so let's move on to. So that was the only real massive story that happened in the gaming sphere over the past week. No, was it bollocks? Was it bollocks? Okay, so this is less what the fuck Blizzard, as it's just more. Yeah. So yeah. So what was it? God, it had to have been like this time last year, right?
It's been brewing. This has been a rumbling thunderstorm for a good while now.
Yeah. So we know that Microsoft are wanting to buy Blizzard and merge, and a lot of the news has happened over it was with Sony's vehement like, no, you're gonna take Call of Duty away from us. You're gonna monopolize the Call of Duty franchise. Blah blah blah. And then we've as part of the merger, Microsoft has to basically get the approval of major countries' trading arms, competition authorities, trade commissions, So the FTC in America, the European, whatever it's called in the EU, and in the UK, the Competition and Markets Authority.
Did you actually? Sorry, did you actually like state what this was? I don't. I think you might have just glossed over that. This is to be clear. This is in reference um to the Activision Blizzard Microsoft merger
Merger.
slash acquisition
Yes.
that's been working on for the last while.
Hmm.
The nearly $70 billion merger deal in the gaming sphere, the largest deal in gaming
Gaming
history.
history. Yeah. Yeah. What I put in the invite to ask who was coming on for the podcast is who wants to discuss the biggest block of the biggest merger in gaming history. Because that's what's happened.
This could be
Um,
up there for like just like general business like merger blocks. Honestly,
yeah.
like bigger companies than this have merged, but I don't. How many big companies this big have like been like denied? Like this is pretty big.
Yeah.
This is pretty big.
This is just sort of massive. Last time I heard of a merger being blocked, it was in the UK, and it was Asda wanting to buy Sainsbury. Don't worry about it.
I
Yeah,
don't know what any
actually,
of those words mean.
so Asda is a supermarket chain. Sainsbury's is a supermarket chain. Asda wanted to buy Sainsbury's and merge them as one big thing. It led to the CEO of Sainsbury's before an interview was singing "I'm in the money, I'm in the money." It was caught on camera and on mic singing this before his interview. So he ended up with the reddest of red faces when it turned out later on down the line that the competition authority turned around and said, "No, that's not happening. It would class as a monopoly. Unlucky." So that didn't happen, and this is what's happened here as well. CMA, the Competition and Markets Authority, have blocked this merger. Now, it looked like this is the thing. This came out as a bit of a shock to a lot of people because leading up to this decision, the CMA basically told told Sony, "Stop it! You're prejudging our decision when it comes to the Call of Duty thing." Because the CMA turned around and said the whole idea of blocking the merger because it might affect who gets to play Call of Duty was not a thing. It was a non-factor in their eyes. And even consoles was a non-factor. That's not what they're concerned about. What they're concerned about is cloud gaming. So according to this Eurogamer article, um, they stated that it would risk stifling competition in the growing cloud market. Which takes into account, and this is I got this from watching a episode of Loading Ready Run's Checkpoint, which is gaming news with a comedic spin. It used to start off with fake gaming news for comedy, and then became realistically a gaming news with satire thrown in, and commentary. Um, but it come down to the fact that Microsoft own 70% of the cloud gaming space. So this is in regards to Game Pass, and there are other smaller cloud gaming services that Microsoft are offering Call of Duty on because we need to bring that back on there. But um, yeah, it's just come down to the fact that the UK at least feel, or the UK government feel at this point, wouldn't necessarily actually say UK government because the government at the moment is the Conservative government and they love business. They couldn't care less how badly humans live with their cost of living crisis, as long as business comes over to Great Britain, the doff cap. Great
So
Britain,
yeah,
make Britain great again.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
something tells me that the available market space in the cloud gaming industry is probably not going to be the thing that saves Europe from the Ukrainian war depression that they're currently in. Something tells me that that's not going to
Oh,
be, you know,
don't,
the
don't get
boon, the feather in your cap.
don't get me started on how dumb our government is, mate. Don't get me started on how dumb they are. They've turned around. It's like just to take into account statistically, hard facts. The UK is the least or has the least growth post pandemic of the G7, which is the seven richest countries by GDP in the world. To which the UK responded, yes, but there was the pandemic and the Ukrainian war and the cost of living crisis, and acted wholeheartedly as if that was a problem unique to them.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on that one too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just to remember, this actually comes up from a couple of counterpoints on the loading ready run thing that I had, but I don't have the courage to actually just go well actually too. Because let's think of it this way: the conservative government. Let's be honest now. No, yes, they are business first. So if they were business first, they would have. I mean, I guess at this point, no. To be fair, I agree with them on that. They would have nudged the CMA and just went, let it through, let it through. We get money. Um, so maybe the CMA do that, but to then just go on the idea of like, just like, oh no, we don't want businesses over here. It's like, yes, we are desperate for businesses over here. Everyone, all the big businesses that turned around and said, yeah, let's get out of the European Union. They're ruining our business. All left the UK after the vote. It's almost as if there was a, almost as if there was like it was a bad idea in the first place. Fucking dumbasses. But anyway, yeah, it is not. What would you say? It's not a roadblock, but it is a pothole.
Sure.
It's a significant pothole. But Microsoft, for what it's worth, are appealing the decision. So
Well, of course they are. It's
because we will.
$70 billion worth of assets at question here. Of course they're going to appeal it.
Yeah.
If it was worth $5,000, they would appeal it. I mean, this will literally change the future of like the gaming industry one way or another.
Yeah.
And apparently they've already gone and signed like an insane amount of like contracts for dealing with how like post merger distribution will work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awkward. It's like, we we're kind of hoping that this wouldn't blow up in our face.
Yeah.
What do?
Yeah. Here's my thing at this. Like, is that? I mean, how does this have to work for their merger to go through? Does basically all the trade commissions have to unanimously agree
Well, I
to put
mean,
this
I
through? Does it just mean that does it mean that if
well,
let's
I
just
mean,
say
all the
the
ones where it's
FTC
like,
agree with it, does that
oh,
just mean the merger's successful in the US
I
only?
guess,
And
I mean, all the ones that for whom it's sort of like a for whom it may concern thing. Like I don't like
Mhm.
I'm sure the I'm sure the I'm sure like the government of like Uganda probably doesn't give a fuck what Microsoft's doing with their assets or
Mhm.
whatever. Like they probably don't have a vote on that or really care to have a vote. But yeah, I guess for the major countries in which they distribute their games, they probably do need to have this because I mean, if you're a country that doesn't like monopolies, then when you have the two biggest companies or two of the biggest companies in an entire uh in an entire sector or thinking about merging, you're going to be like, hold on a second.
Mm.
And it never, and like I said, this never really occurred to me before because we were looking up things. We were looking about this up before, and it's like, technically within America and within a few other states, like, you know, they don't necessarily comprise uh, a monopoly. In fact, I don't even know if they quite come up to. They might come out to like a slight majority, or maybe not even a majority of the sector, like total, and just like gaming companies or the video game industry
Mm.
within the United States and a few other countries. But like, yeah, I guess if you really go down the list, you got to consider every subsector.
Yeah.
So there you go. But they pulled the cloud gaming card,
Oh no.
and I said, yeah, it's fucking Game Pass OP. Please nerf.
Yeah, yeah. The CMA pulled out their gifted Seto Kaiba white high collar jacket, and you will find here, Microsan, that I have the upper hand.
I'm just picturing like
Ha ha ha.
I'm picturing that Yu-Gi-Oh meme where it's like whereas like Yugi's drawing a card is like I was like my deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba, but it does have this, and it's like no, it's Exodia, but like you just replace it with whatever,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's like we replace it with Cloud Gaming Monopoly, and then Kaiba goes no, obviously being
Uh,
Microsoft in this case
it's funny.
or
We get
Activision. Who do you think benefits more from this merger?
who,
Who do you think's got the biggest stake in this between Microsoft and Activision?
100% Microsoft, in my
You
opinion.
think so?
Yeah. I feel that the whole idea of like cleaning house of Activision Blizzard is just a side benefit. To me, I feel it's like I say, when we go back to the whole, let's just take let's just act as if the cloud gaming is the massive reason, and we go back to the whole Game Pass thing. Blizzard, that Microsoft having basically access to Activision Blizzard's whole back library, along with Bethesda's back library, because remember they've done this shit once before, with a less controversial company, slightly less controversial company. Um, I mean, granted, Bethesda hadn't come out with a massive report on bullying and harassment in the workplace at this time. So that sort of comes into it. But so yeah, for me, I feel it's Microsoft and it's sort of acquiring of stuff that
I
would be
almost
the
because
beneficiary on there.
I almost feel like in a weird way. I don't even know if like Activision Blizzard realizes it themselves. It might even be the reason why they're interested. Like I feel like in an indirect way they almost benefit more just for the fact of like you could like because obviously their optics are in the toilet right now. Like
Oh yeah,
as a company, like people fucking hate Activision Blizzard right now. Like
yeah.
they've been they've been like kind of looking unfavorably at them for a while now, with a lot of decisions they've made over the last decade or so.
Yeah,
But like
they're overdrawn on goodwill at the moment.
yeah,
They're in the
but
red
with
when it
it.
comes to it.
But with the last few years, especially, they've really been like pedal to the metal on just like ruining their reputation, speed running their descent into just like EA levels of just hatred.
Hmm.
Um, but like I almost feel like, and again, I doubt that they are self-aware enough to realize this, but like to an extent, the sort of changing of hands and going under new management via Microsoft would almost be more beneficial to Activision Blizzard just for the sake of being like, oh look, we're a new company now. We don't they don't we're all those bad people they're gone now. We're good Activision Blizzard now. We're playing it safe. We're playing it by a new set of rules.
Mm. No, I can
And
I
again,
can see that as well, but
and again, it's probably not even like what they're interested in. I'm sure it's more just a matter of like, oh, what we can sell even more of our video games to even more people. Put throw our shit on the fucking Game Pass. Woohoo! Let's go. But
yeah,
yeah, I think that might have been like the one thing that could have like sort of washed their hands of all the bad takes and bad faith of
mm.
the last decade or so. But if it's going down, if this merger's going down in flames, Activision Blizzard, you might be in, they might be, I don't know,
Might be in
might be in
trouble
trouble.
at this point. Yeah,
I mean, their gears, they're grinding, they're seizing up a little bit. Like obviously, no one's stopping the Call of Duty train, but
not stopping
uh,
the Call of Duty train, and Diablo's out in a month. So
it's just like, I don't know, I don't know. A lot of things, people are not super happy with them.
yeah,
They're torpedoing the fucking StarCraft pro esports scene. Well, not completely torpedoing, but they're slashing their budget by significant values,
Yeah.
which is
Overwatch 2 is not really in the lexicon at the moment. And people say,
mean,
"Do you want
I
a
presume
5-on-5
people are.
team shooter?" Everyone's talking about Valorant a lot more than they are.
I do feel like Valorant's coming up a lot more. I mean, I don't. I mean, I presume that there are people playing Overwatch 2, but it's not nearly to like. I don't know. Like I say, it's not talked about to nearly the extent
No,
or demonstrated nearly to the extent that.
it's not talked about to
I
the
mean,
extent of Overwatch.
Overwatch 1 was. I mean,
It
it
was
was
massive, and
wild.
then Blizzard dropped the ball, which is a recurring theme.
Yeah, it was just like they had a perfectly good thing going on there, but then they realized that people weren't buying as enough loot boxes to justify their 100 million player base, and the associated costs with that,
Mhm.
the millions and millions of dollars associated with that. So they decided, hey, there's a sequel now. By the way, the first one doesn't work anymore. Bye.
Yeah, it is a sequel, and we're turning our 6v6 shooter into a 5v5 shooter, which means any pro teams have to drop a member of their team or bench them or do all that. That's not the smartest idea, is it?
Nice, good community choice
Yeah,
right there.
and then to think CS:GO 2 is now a thing as well, which is just
I actually deleted my Overwatch shortcut from my folder. It's like, well, that doesn't work anymore. Just go ahead and just burn that, I guess.
oh yeah, didn't they? They basically just killed support, didn't they, as well?
Oh yeah, no, like basically the moment Overwatch 2 came out, it was just like click, doesn't work, bye.
Wow, Jesus. So yeah, I forgot
Yep,
about
dead
that
game.
shit. Wow. Oh well.
Good. Hope you enjoyed your skins.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, to be fair, they did say they were going to move them over, but whether they did or not is not my
Well, that
problem
just
because I
well
didn't see
well
it.
well that just makes it even dumber. It's just like oh, we're gonna transfer your shit from game 1 to game 2. It's like, well, that's not a fucking sequel, is it? Sounds more like a fucking DLC, doesn't it?
Mm,
Don't know why I'm paying full price for this fucking game. That's the same goddamn game I was already playing.
yeah.
What, you couldn't just release a couple new characters, some new maps, and left it there?
Why would they do that? They want to make all the money. Anyway, yeah. That being said, I mean, what am I? I'm nothing if not a
Like at
hypocrite. I'm ready
least
for. I'm
World
ready.
of Warcraft, like at least World of Warcraft had like entire new fucking like continents and shit to explore when they had a new release, whole
Yeah.
new classes and stuff. Like literally things that completely changed the way the game worked and in new expansions. They had that going for them.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, I'm bored talking
I'm
about
gonna,
Overwatch.
I'm gonna make a slight admittal here. Like I say, I am nothing if not a hypocrite, and yeah, I'm looking forward to Diablo 4, and
I'm not.
it's absolute fucking batshit Paragon system. It's just, I know that it's not the most exciting to some people, but yeah, hold on to making the indie horror movie Cube into the Paragon system. You know what? I'll take it. I'll take
Yeah,
it. Long story short.
I'm
Long
not gonna
story short. It's
be.
got a skill tree, but
I'm
with
not gonna buy.
rotating cubes. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm honestly lukewarm on Diablo anyway. Like, I don't really care that much
Yeah,
about it.
it's
I
an
played
acquired
Diablo
taste.
3, and it's like, yeah, that was a game. All right, I had fun, I suppose. But I'm not interested in buying the sequel. I'm not interested in giving Blizzard any more of my money. Really, and it's just like,
Fair
when they
enough.
finally turn up, when they finally turn off the StarCraft 2 servers, which I don't even play that much anymore. But when they finally do turn them off, that's probably going to be the last interaction I have with Blizzard, at least for the foreseeable future.
Fair dues.
Besides the podcast, of course.
Yeah.
Love talking about the podcast.
Yeah. What the fuck, Blizzard will stay.
Isn't it crazy how like 3 or 4 years ago on this podcast, I actually took several defensive stances defending decisions Blizzard made? Isn't that wild? How that was like a viable
That's amazing.
thing that a business oriented brain could have done not that long ago.
Yeah, I know. But just to also, but then we go on the idea that we know that you've got a changeable mind and an unbi, but in terms of this, but you're not loaded with bias that you can see red flags or that you can't see red flags coming. You see a red flag, you're gonna fucking talk about it. That's how that's gonna work. Speaking of red flags, we've got to stop this podcast, I think. Over an hour and 5. Well, by the time I cut the thing out for the audio version, it'll be any more closer to an hour. But shh, it's our secret.
God, dude, that chat box in that corner. Every time I look at it, I think that there's someone in chat saying something every single time.
My chat responses. What are these chat responses that I've actually got here? I'm always sleepy. I'm kind of sleepy. You're not coming. Why us? Yeah, my character is a little bit of a dick to March. It's just like, oh, she's overeager and all excited. And like, yeah, she got us in trouble last time. Anyway, yeah, let's go to the wrap up and let's talk about what we're going to be doing for the coming week. Tomorrow, Bank Holiday Monday. I'm probably going to play some Tales of Symphonia in the morning, and as discussed, we're going to play Speed Brawl by Double Stallion Games ahead of Double Stallion Games and Riot Forge's Convergence, a League of Legends story. As is my wont. Tuesday, someone may stream. Wednesday, someone else may stream.
As far as Tuesday goes, I can't make any promises for Wednesday because it's my work week.
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, probably gonna be me and Andrea streaming something. I'm not sure exactly what. I know we're on the Wind Waker thing right now, and that might be our Tuesday stream.
Mm-hmm.
We've got our current ongoing projects are the Wind Waker project and playing Black and White.
Yes, the Black and White to Showdown project.
So we'll see about getting one or both of those done at some point the next week. Andrea also likes to just randomly walk up to me on like Monday night or like Sunday morning or just a random day of the week when no one's currently streaming at this exact moment.
Hey Duncan, let's play Danganronpa.
Let's play this game. I was like, okay, I wasn't really mentally prepared to do that today, but I guess we're gonna do that. Let's go do that because we're not gonna be able to do it for like 4 days.
Fair enough.
So yeah, you never know when we're gonna pop up, but we'll probably get at least one, if not both of those.
Keep an eye on the socials for that. Is basically what we're saying. That's the reason why we've not put it in the schedule. Wednesday, I'm definitely not streaming because a bunch of the Immaterial gamers will be out at the Pixel Bar quiz. Again, we won last time. We came second, but we came second to the bar staff, so we won. So, because the bar staff can't take prizes. I've still got them. Hold on. I've still got them. We'll keep going.
Hooray! Thursday, Team Fight Thursdays.
Well, we'll be back on TFT. I never actually showed them off on the stream.
TFT.
A 5-pack of Pokemon trading cards.
Hell yeah!
That I promised Darius that we wouldn't open until we actually meet up again for a board game night. So that's the thing. So yeah, Thursday TFT, Friday play session, and then Saturday and Sunday back onto Tales of Symphonia for role-playing Nottingham games because I've completed the Mage Seeker, so there's no other RPGs. I'm thinking of like finishing RPGs before starting new ones. Maybe. It's such a wild idea.
Finishing games before you start new games. This is a foreign concept to the sibling streams. I think we're rocking a solid like 30% completion rate on games that we stream at this point.
Have you finished It Takes Two?
Nope. I was just thinking about that earlier today. Like, nope, I haven't finished it. I haven't talked about it in weeks.
Oh man, you should probably consider that. And then
it's a lot longer than you think it is.
Yeah. Look, I was tempted to start playing because I'm thinking of picking it up because it's cheap and it's slashed on sale. But I was thinking of picking up Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah. I know nothing about what that game is. I know it's very popular. People talk about it. Influencers and all that have lots of videos on it, but I know nothing about what that game is.
It's in my wheelhouse. It's probably in yours. You're sort of, well, I mean, I say you like roguelikes. You play Hades. Therefore, I assume you like roguelikes. Actually, FTL.
I like FTL. I like FTL. I like Hades. I like Slay the Spire.
Okay, so you do
I
like
played
the sort of the roguelike
across
sort of ideas. Yeah,
yeah,
Cult of the Lamb is a roguelike and a um a management game at
okay.
the same time. So the whole idea is that you are a lamb who was about to be executed by cultists of like old gods, and you get saved by a fifth old god. And yeah, you basically set out you make a community. So you save animals and you make them part of your community, and with that build the strength required to then defeat each of the old gods in roguelike maps. But they're all cute. It's one of those games where they use cute, like cartoony animals and then put them in horrifying sacrificial situations. And there's a lot of poo everywhere.
Oh God,
They
lots of
poop.
poo.
They poop.
Sounds like
Poop.
our elder gods and feces. Sounds like our freaking
But it's like
living
it's
room.
currently on the humble bundle for just shy of £10. So and it's had a massive content update as well. So free content update. So I think I might just pick it up, and rather than make it a going road project, just play it. In fact, I'm adding it to the cart right now. So that's something. I've got a day off tomorrow because it's bank holiday. So
Bank
might
holiday,
spare.
more like stank holiday.
Way.
That wasn't clever.
Nah, don't worry about it. Right, I guess at that point then, from me and Duncan, if you
And
liked,
Bibby.
I should say, yeah, from me and Duncan, bye. But if you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe, follow, do all that business. All our podcasts are available on audio versions wherever they're served.
If you want more gaming related content, news, and entertainment, or if you like puppies, you should subscribe to all of our social
Puppies,
medias and all of our accounts.
yeah, social
Because
medias as well.
because we need followers, and we
We
need
need
we need ad
people.
revenue to buy her food. She's starving. Look at how hungry she is. She don't you don't want to disappoint the puppy, do you? She needs your help. Call to action.
Yeah, that also being said, we need a lot more people so we can spread the word about our upcoming 12 Hours X Idiots stream,
Yes.
which, based on how this goes, could become I say regular, given the game it is and how frequent the sets come out for it, but regular feature depending on how well it goes. So yeah, do that if you want to be intrigued about something that may involve team fight tactics and a wheel. Yeah, follow. So do all that. Right, we better get off. So until next time, peace out. Ow. Forgot I'm wearing a hat. I just tried to do the salute and just hit straight on the peak of the. I'm an idiot. Right, me and Duncan say bye. So bye.
Bye. Bye.